I'm at the park right now, chilling. I brought my journal and this book called Conversations with God. Follow me on Instagram. I put up a poll saying, like, ask me questions because your girl been gone for a good 4 to 5 months, like damn near going on 6 months, like half a year off of YouTube. And I personally never thought that I would take such a long break like that, but it helped me realize a lot. I released a lot of things in that time frame. I've learned a lot of things about myself, mostly. How's your mental health? How's your mental health? How are you mentally? How are you mentally? How are you mentally? How are you mentally? That's the biggest question I'm getting asked right now. And y'all, my mental health right now it's I want to thank y'all for actually being concerned about my mental health. Y'all are literally the best, and I appreciate y'all so much. I forgot to mention that in this video because I'm looking on my Instagram poll, and that was most of the questions. Everybody wants to know how my mental health was. So I love you guys, and thank you so much. It's fucking solid. I can't even lie to you. It's solid, and I'm very thankful. Well, at least right now, in this present moment, my mental health is definitely solid. I feel really good because I'm learning to just live in the present and just accept what my reality is right now instead of dwelling on what I could have done or what may not be in my life right now, but just living in the present moment that God has given me, this present moment right now, right here. We put our the definition of happiness into material things, or that's something that I found myself doing, putting happiness, attaching the word happy, attaching the word peace to stuff that's material, instead of living in the present moment right now. The present moment is everything. Life will pass you by if you literally are just not living in the present moment. If I could be right here laying down thinking about if I'm thinking about my future and what's gonna happen in the next hour, I can't fully enjoy the moment that I'm living in right now. And there is no such thing as the past, there is no such thing as the future. The only thing that matters is right here, right now, what's in front of your face. So my mental health, ever since I've been trying to practice that, and of course I'm human at the end of the day, I'm not saying I completely got rid of, thinking of the future or sometimes thinking of the past. But the past is the past. We really can't go back to change any of that. It already happened. The only thing you could do is learn from your mistakes and move on. You can't really focus on the past, because if you continue to live in the past or you live in the future, you're never going to be happy in life, bro. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be at peace. Why was I gone for so long? I feel I tried to convince myself in the past so many times that I was okay, and I was not okay. And that's because I was attaching my happiness, I was attaching my peace, my mental health to material things. I feel I became very comfortable with where I was in life. I started to lose a lot of faith. And I was, materialistic. I felt if I didn't have this certain thing right now, I can't be happy. If I don't have these certain amount of numbers of subscribers or whatever, I can't be happy. So that's why I took a break off of YouTube, because I felt I was idolizing it. And I love you guys so much. I love making content for you guys, but I feel especially the location where I lived at, living in Atlanta was so fun. It was very fun, but that does not mean it was for me. I feel I had too much fun. Hell can be fun too, because the devil can distract you with things that seem glamorous and they shine, but they don't really have no meaning to them. I feel the devil had guided me certain places, and it kind of seems oh, I'm living my best life, but internally I was being ate the fuck up. Internally. As I'm reflecting on it, listen, people told me before I moved to Atlanta, they're like, Chanel, they were like, Chanel, if anything, Atlanta is a little worse. All they do is party out there, but I have to go see for myself. And of course, you can't blame your environment. So me blaming my environment, I can't do that. I have to blame myself. It's myself for having no self-discipline, no self-control. So you don't have to be a product of your environment. I was so scared to move back to New York because I'm bro, I don't want to be a product of my environment. But I had to realize, I came back and I feel so much good. I feel I have a clear head. I feel weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And it's you don't have to be a product of your environment. That's what I'm learning. Just because you're surrounded around somewhere where there's distractions don't mean you have to go and get involved in those distractions. But sometimes it can be a little hard, because it's if that's what you're surrounded around every single day, you're going to indulge in that type of stuff. So I'm saying all this to say, I had so much fun in Atlanta. but it was not serving me no more. So yes, I did move out of Atlanta. That's the other question. I don't even need the questions. I'm remembering these off the dome. Hold on. And I'm already knowing what y'all finna ask me too. I know y'all, just like y'all know me. What was even the question that I was answering? Oh, why I was gone. So basically I was gone for these 4 months because I felt like I was idolizing YouTube. And it's okay to have a passion for something, but at the end of the day, when you begin to idolize something, God will kind of like take that away from you. And I feel like God led me, and it was in my spirit just to like not record for some months. And I feel like I'm about to get emotional because it was in my spirit not to record for some months. Like, spirit told me, like, it was just like, wait. I kept hearing wait. Every time I pick up the camera, I tried to record for y'all. Trust me, I did. I tried. My flesh felt like I was procrastinating, but in my heart, I knew I had to wait. Because as soon as I touched down in my city, what I started doing? I started making content again. So it's like God didn't want me to be seen at that moment. Like, it was something I had to go through personally. Like, I was going through so much mentally. Another question I'm being asked. See, I don't even need the phone. Like, the questions are just coming to my head. I know what y'all are asking me. A lot of people are asking me, how's my relationship with God? Let me let y'all know this. I am not a perfect human being. I come on here and I show y'all my real, authentic self. I get on here, I cry. All this shit is real and raw. Like, I don't show y'all nothing fake. And that's why I couldn't get on camera, because I wasn't about to fake nothing for y'all. I was so unhappy. Not even unhappy. I had to figure out what was going on. And like I said, God told me to take a break. God told me to take a break. That's why I took a break. God told me to take a break. And he wants me to make content again. And I'm ready to make content again. So, yeah. But as for my relationship with the Lord, I feel like, you know, last time I went on my walk with Christ, I was 3 months in and I let the devil, I opened the door for the devil to come back in on my first walk. I was 3 months in and I was doing so good, and I opened the door for the devil to come back in. I'm not a Christian or nothing like that. I'm not, like, I haven't committed myself to no religion. I personally don't believe in religion, but I definitely do believe there is a God. So I wouldn't tie myself to a religion, because I really I don't know if I really like resonate with religions, to be honest. And that's okay, because that's my personal preference. You can still have a relationship with God and not be tied to a religion. But as for right now, my relationship with God, I feel like, you know, we starting over and we taking things slow. He got me in this new beginning. So honestly, my faith has strengthened. You know, I've been praying more. One thing I used to lack is like prayer. I used to just worry a lot, but like, instead of worrying, pray. So every time I catch myself worrying, I'll be like, God already did it. It's already taken care of. And I start praying. So right now, my relationship with God is pretty good. You know, he led me out of Atlanta. He told me that it was time to get out of there. Same way it was time to get out of Florida. Another question I got asked is, would I move back to Florida? And I would most definitely move back there. Like, speaking of Florida, I would definitely move back there. I feel like I was so young when I moved out there, and it's my first time living out there. I did not know how to live on my own. So like, I was doing a lot of partying, a lot of clubbing every night. So if I was to move back to Florida, I would definitely do things so much different, because Florida has so much nice things. The energy out there is beautiful. I just personally went about living there the wrong way. I was just clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and dancing with the devil every night. As for my relationship with God, he has brought me into a new beginning, a new season, and I'm very thankful, because I was praying for a long time for God to give me a breakthrough. And you know, I was praying to him to remove, see, this, you gotta be careful with this one prayer, because God don't waste no time when it comes to this prayer. I prayed for God to, you know, like, remove people, places, and things out of my life that weren't serving me. And all of a sudden, all this shit started going down in Atlanta with me, and I had to leave. So, you know, clearly, you know, God do everything for a reason. You know, I am very divinely protected, divinely guided. So I know God got a plan for me, and feel me, it feels good to be back in the city. Like, I used to be scared to do stuff like this, like, and I was living in a lot of fucking fear, living in Atlanta. Like, the fear, I don't know, I was just living in a lot of fear. I feel very much safe right now. I feel like, you know, a breath of fresh air, and I'm very thankful that I made it here safe. We did like a 14-hour plus drive. I drove straight here, no breaks. So yeah. Are you still taking a break from smoking? Why did you stop? I smoke now and then. The way I used to smoke before, I don't smoke like that no more. Because when I smoke, I just tend to think way too much. I be thinking about everything I'm doing wrong in my life. Which is like, that's why I kind of like smoking, because it'll bring me to like these realizations. But also I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself as well. Like I feel like, you know, does God really want me doing this? You know, he says to have a sober mind. So, you know, I like smoking, but I really don't. Like, I'm more of a social smoker. If I'm out at an event or I'm with friends or something like that, maybe I'll hit the blunt a few times. Like, I haven't finished a blunt in a minute. Like, somebody will pass me a blunt and I'll tap out. Like, I'll take a few pulls. So, smoking is just like, you know, I don't know. It just makes me think too much. I don't like the way I feel sometimes. Like, I don't really know. So what's your biggest realization you had in the last 4 months? Missed you, glad you're doing better. So a big realization that I had in these last 4 months is that material, this girl is chasing the geese. Material will not provide you happiness. Numbers, fame, if it's not within like God and yourself, you will not be able to attain no type of peace or happiness. Happiness and peace comes from within you. You don't gotta say, okay, I'm gonna be happy when I have $100,000. You can literally be happy right here, right now. God gives us so many gifts. The gift of life, the gift of waking up every day and having a healthy body, the gift of nature, just like being in the present moment is a gift. There's so many, the clothes on my back, the food I get to eat. So I was kind of saying like, oh, I'm going to be happy when I have this, when I have that, when I do this. So I just came to the realization like you can be happy right now if you start living in the present moment. So that's something I realized in the last 4 months, that I was not living in the present moment for a very, very long time. And I read this book called The Power of Now that my dad recommended to me, and it really steered me in like the direction that I like. It gave me a lot of understanding, I guess that's what you could say. So the biggest realization is definitely like, you don't have to have certain material things to be happy. I caught myself like, oh, I'm gonna be at peace when, you know, I'm finally where I'm at in life. Like, no, like you will never fucking be happy if you have that mindset. You have to literally enjoy right here, right now. How can God bless you with bigger and better things if you cannot even be happy with what he's giving you right now? Like, yes, you may be going through a storm. Like, I was going through a storm for those whole 4 months, and I feel like I finally made it out. Like, I feel like I'm finally free. Not even for the past 4 months. I feel like for the past 2-3 years, like, I was like in a storm. Like, yeah, I still had like happy moments that y'all get to see sometimes, but like internally, like, I just feel so good, and I continue to pray. May no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I continue to pray that I elevate and God keeps me on the path. And I just want to live for him, and I want to live according to the plan that he has for me. Because when you go and you try to live the life that God don't got planned for you, I'm telling you, you'll never be happy, bro. And you know, I kept praying to God, like, I want to live, like, what's the plan you got for me? Like, clearly what I'm doing ain't working out here. God, just take the wheel and, you know, show me the way. So that's the biggest realization I've had so far. What message has been on your heart and mind recently? Love you. That's a good question. Whew. So the message, or what's been on my heart as of recently, is everything works out. Like, I remember I couldn't figure out how I was gonna move down here. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had to let go and give away. I didn't really have nobody to help me drive. Then my mom ended up having to help me, and I kept being in this constant state of worry of how I'm gonna do it. And God always makes a way. You may be going through a storm right now. It may be cloudy, it may be thunder, it may be pouring rain, but God is making a way for you. God is right by you. Even through the toughest times, you may feel alone sometimes, and I definitely understand where people be coming from with that. Like, I know some of us be feeling like God don't hear us, and I was feeling like that for the very much longest time, but God hears you. Like, he hears you. He hears you. He's listening. He's listening. You just got to keep praying a little harder and keep faith. The devil will try to tempt you and make you feel like God ain't listening to you, God don't love you, and feed you these lies. So just know that God is always with you. And as long as you live in according to the plan he has for you, because what's the Bible verse? I have plans to prosper you, not to forsake you. Something like that. That Bible verse is something that, I don't know if I'm saying it like to the T, but I have plans to prosper you, not to forsake you. Something like that along the line. Somebody correct me in the comments or like put the exact verse. But God knows what he's doing. Like, God is a loving God, and he would never lead you astray. And for the longest time, I'm like, God, do you even be hearing me? Like, them 4 months, I was a little bit, those 4 months, I was definitely questioning God. And now I'm learning to like not question him, because everything works out. Stop worrying. Anytime you catch yourself worrying, know that it will be okay. It will be okay. It will be okay. Somebody said, do I have any new love interests? Let me tell y'all something. Love is low key. Like, I feel like love is not even in the picture right now. Like, I be trying, well, I don't know, like, before I left Atlanta, I did meet one person that I really did like. But obviously it like wasn't meant to be at this point in time in our life, because like I ended up having to move away. So like if in the future we come together again, that'll be cool, fine. But I feel like love is like not in the picture right now. Like, I would love to be in love. Like, I would love to be in a relationship again. I was saying that to my friend. Like, I do want to be in a relationship, like, real bad. Like, real bad. I just want somebody I could spend my time with, my best friend, my lover, help each other grow, and, like, you know, live life together. Somebody to experience life with. Like, even though you're young, don't mean you can't settle down right now. Like, I would love to find my person right now, but maybe God don't got that in the picture for me. Maybe there's certain things I need to do and grow with. So I have not had a serious relationship in about 2-3 years. I won't even lie to you. And yeah, living in Atlanta, there was no way I was gonna find love anyways. There's no love in that city at all. Like, what? Like, everybody is on demon time out there. I cannot. So, not everybody, but there's no love in Atlanta, period. So yeah, right now I don't have any love interest. I'm very much single. It says, how do you keep going even on a bad mental day? So I guess you're asking me, like, how do I even keep going on my bad days? So we're gonna have good days and bad days. Life is not a box of chocolates. It's not meant to be perfect. Life is here to, you know, give you character development. And you could have these things either make or break you. So you could either have a bad day, or it's not, you're not having a bad day. What causes us to have a bad day is one bad moment that happens in our day, and we take that throughout our whole day and create this negative kind of like connotation to our day. So you have a choice. You create your own reality to a certain extent. We create our own reality to a certain extent. So if you feel like you're having a bad day, that's your choice. If you continue to have a bad day, you could do other things, think of positive things, think of things that make you happy, and turn your day around. You don't always have to have a bad day every day. And these are things I'm still learning as well, and still teaching myself, because like I said, I'm not a perfect human. I don't have life figured out. I'm only 21 years old. I'm still finding myself, still growing. I changed a lot, but I changed so much that I'm like, I be having to find myself like so many times. I'm like, damn, Chanel, when are you gonna get it? I don't know. I just changed a lot, and that's just me. Like, I like change. Like, even when I had to move back to New York, I was so excited, because I'm like, yes, I get to experience something different. I love change. Like, I consider myself like a nomad. I don't know. I just like going different places, and I just love change. So if you're having like a bad day, that's your choice to have a bad day. Just remember that. When you catch yourself having an attitude all day and being upset, think about how God woke you up this morning, and you have 2 eyes, and you're breathing in air, and you're healthy, you have clothes on your back. There are people who have it so much more worse. And I'm not saying just because people have it worse, you have to belittle your problems. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just like, you have so many other things to be grateful for besides somebody making you have a bad day. And if you're letting somebody else control your emotions that led you to having a bad day, then like, you need to get in control with your emotions. Has your outlook/perspective changed these last few months? Most definitely. I feel like I'm a brand new person all over again. Like I said, I changed a lot. So I feel like I'm a brand new person with a brand new mindset, brand new goals, brand new things that I want to do in my life. And my perspective really is just to be more grateful. I feel like I wasn't grateful for a lot of the things. I feel like I didn't give myself credit either for a lot of the things I accomplished in life. Live in the present moment. That's something really big that I learned. But do you feel like your personality has changed? And if so, do you like this new and improved you? I definitely feel like my personality has changed. I feel like I've definitely matured a lot, and I've gained a lot of wisdom throughout this whole journey. And I'm in love with who I am right now. Each version of myself that I've became, I've always been in love with. Like, no matter if she was flawed or not, I'm always going to be in love with who I am. Like, no matter if I may look back a year from now and be like, the Chanel right now was flawed. But, like, that was who I was at that present moment. So I have to embrace it. So I love myself regardless of any version that I am. Like, whether it's the Chanel that may be in a mental bad space, I'm still going to love her. But I definitely have changed a lot. I see a lot of things differently. And there's just like, I just want to be a better person. Like, every day I'm living to be like a better and new improved me. When people catch you talking about God, they expect you to be so perfect and holy. I'm not like a holy person, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not religious or anything like that. So somebody asked what was the best part of my 4-month break. I would definitely say the best part of my 4-month break was like living in the present moment and not having to like worry about recording or just like living in real life. Even though everything I record is my real life, but like it's kind of a pressure. Also, you know, making content on social media is a little bit pressure behind it. Like, you know, I feel like I want it to be perfect. I feel like, you know, I'm always like, I can't really fully enjoy the moment because I be thinking about recording. But yeah, I guess I would say, yeah, like the best thing about it was like getting closer with God, learning about myself, and living in like reality without the camera. I love the camera though. Like I would never quit. I don't think I ever seen myself quitting YouTube, but for a second I was literally considering quitting. I'm like, no, this is not what I want to do no more. But God showed me like, no, I don't want you to quit. I just want you to take a break right now. So it was really fun. Like, it was really fun. It was a lot of stress taken off of my plate. YouTube doesn't stress me out though, but like I said, I don't know. But it was a good time. I can't lie. I felt like the best part of it was so mysterious and out of nowhere that I had all of y'all asking me like, where you at? Are you good? People ask me, am I good? Like, I feel like that was the best part of it. I got to be mysterious for a little bit. So I feel like I answered all the questions because a lot of them are the same. Everybody wants to know the same thing. How's life been? Where have I been? And all that type of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all that little life update and let y'all know that I'm alive, I'm okay, and your girl is back and she's better. And I hope y'all know, anytime y'all see me disappear on the internet, just know it's because I'm getting myself together IRL. Like, there's no way I can come on here and spread positivity and give wisdom if I'm not in the right mental space. So like, and just know I always come back more wiser for y'all. So I love you guys so much. Thank you to everybody. Oh! Thank you to everybody who checked up on me. I love you guys a lot, and I want to welcome y'all into this new beginning, this new season with me. So I hope y'all stick along for the ride, because this gonna be one of the ones. Period. This journey right here, this new beginning, is one of the ones. Period. See you guys in my next video. Make sure y'all stay tuned. If there's any content y'all want to see from me, then definitely just let me know. And I love y'all so much, and I will see you cuties in my next video.